Let me tell you what it is. What we did is because we had so many women come to us and say, I don't know how to get started. Where do I begin? What do I do? So we took the principles and the concepts from Rich Woman and we put them into action in what is called a Rich Woman GPS. Now, a GPS traditionally stands for Global Positioning System. It's a satellite tracking system to take you from where you are to where you want to go. Now, in the Rich Woman world, GPS stands for Guide to Phenomenal Success. Okay? It is designed as a working planner to take you from where you are today in your financial world, because I've never come across a planner that was devoted just to your finances. Here's where you are in your financial world. Here's where you want to get to. One of the first sections of this GPS, if you go through this section 2, you will be crystal clear on what it is you want in life. Because for most of us, figuring out what it is we want is sometimes the most difficult thing. So we start with that. What is the number one thing you want? And then we take you through worksheets, daily, weekly, monthly. We have a whole online component where women come together, just members of the GPS community, to support one another, to inspire each other, to learn from, to mentor. It's going to be a really phenomenal, that's my word, phenomenal community of women, because we will be like-minded, we will be working towards similar goals. So it's called the Rich Woman GPS. It's the very first time we've ever launched it. And one of the things, in terms of the process, one of the things that I think that this also delivers is that oftentimes we get stuck in what's the next step. Oftentimes we just get paralyzed because we don't know what to do. And there's a great quote by Albert Einstein. And he says, nothing happens until something moves. In other words, you can't grow without change, and you can't change by standing still. There's got to be motion. So the purpose of the Rich Woman GPS is to put women into motion to achieve their financial goals. And you're going to have a whole network of women around the world supporting you and having that happen. So that's our brand new product. You'll be the first to get it, and it'll be available during the breaks. So that's our Rich Woman Guide to Phenomenal Success. Okay? Now, let me tell you a closing story about a process. And this is my process and the importance of the process. I was looking at a real estate deal in Miami, Florida. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. Miami, Florida is a good 3,000 miles away on the East Coast. I live on the West Coast. It would be like from here to Perth, Australia. Found this property. It was a big property. I had never done a property like this before, and I was scared. And I started doubting myself. And I started going through the process. And in the process, I brought in an attorney. I brought in an attorney from Arizona to do a deal in Florida. That was just stupid. Sorry, Andy, that was stupid. But I did that. I brought in, real estate brokers. I brought in all these people. I did all this due diligence, and it spent years. We didn't even have an agreement yet, and I was spending months going back and forth on this one property. All the little things I would check out, and trying to get the financing, and they wouldn't give me financing for this, and learning about what lenders lend on this type of property. It was a commercial single tenant, means only one tenant in this big building. So it was a commercial property. I had to find out who lent on it. I had to find out what the problems of this type of property were. So I was going through this entire process, again, doubting myself, scared that I was going to make a mistake or two or three. It was a lot of money. What if I lose the money? So I was going through all of this. Months went by, and again, I have like one foot on the dock, one foot on the boat. And one night I get a call, and it's the broker in Florida, and he said, Kim, the seller is pulling the deal off the table. It's gone. And I went, you got to be kidding. This is like 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, you got to be kidding. He goes, no, it's too much trouble. They're taking it off. It's taken too long. We're not going to do it. And I had just spent 4 months of my time and a lot of money on attorney's fees and all kinds of accounting fees, all of this. I was upset. I was furious. Robert was out of town. I was the only one home. I was livid. And I'm like cussing and screaming. And I didn't know if I was talking to myself or if I was really saying anything. I mean, I was nuts. And so I just went through this. And I'm like, finally I realized my upset wasn't with the seller or the broker or the attorney. The upset was with me because I didn't trust myself. I knew how to do a real estate deal, but I just got gun shy. I tried to bring in the attorney. Don't let an attorney negotiate a deal for you. That's not the job of an attorney. But I got so mad at myself because I knew better, and I didn't trust myself. So I calmed down. And in the meantime, there was a stack of what are called pro formas. They're real estate deals with information on different properties, investment properties. It's now 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. I had called the seller also by this time. And I'm going through the stack of papers, and I see this one deal. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I remember this deal. And this had been brought to me about 3-4 months ago. And so I looked at it, and I was really curious. And the next day, I call the broker, and I say, hey, I saw this deal on my table. Is the deal still available? And he goes, I'll call and find out. So he calls, he finds out. He says, the deal's available only if you're a serious buyer. They're not listing it. If you seriously want it, give us an offer. And I said, what are they asking? He said $8 million. I said, what's it worth? He said, 8.5. I said, really? He said, yes. I said, tell them I'll take it. We'll close in 60 days. And he's like, but don't you want to, I said, I got 60 days to do my due diligence. That's all I need. But don't you want special terms? Don't you want I said, I don't need any of that. Just give me 60 days. And we hung up the phone. That deal was a fitness club in Arizona, almost exactly like the fitness club in Florida, except it was less money, it was better cash flow, and it was 2 blocks from my house versus 3,000 miles. Matter of fact, that deal was this deal right here. This is the best deal I've got right now. That was this deal. Had I not gone through the process, had I not gotten in motion, had I not taken that first step and pursued that Miami, Florida property, I'd have never gotten this property. Make sense? Hello? Okay. So that's the power of the process. That's the power of getting in motion. The Rich Woman GPS, it's for women who are just starting out and who need that first step, and it's for women who are already investing and just want to do more in their investment world, want to grow their portfolio. I thank you for today, and I say to all of you, I wish you great, great, great success in your investment world, in your business world, and to the women, I wish you phenomenal success as very rich women. Thank you very much. Thank you.